In this video, we're going to use Minitab 18 to test a hypothesis about a mean. We're going to do this homework problem as an example. It says, suppose the mean height of women aged 20 years or older in a certain country is 62.8 inches. 100 randomly selected women in a certain city had a mean height of 63.6 inches. At the 10% significance level, do the data provide sufficient evidence to conclude that the mean height of women in the city differs from the national mean? Assume that the population standard deviation of the heights of women in the city is 3.6 inches. So first we're going to write our null and alternative hypothesis. Our claim is that the mean height of women in the city differs from the national mean, and the national mean is 62.8 inches. So my alternative hypothesis is that the mean is not equal to 62.8. And then my null hypothesis is going to be the opposite of that, which would be that the mean is equal to 62.8. And then I have my sample. 100 randomly selected women had a mean height of 63.6 inches. So 63.6 is going to be my sample mean. I know the population standard deviation is 3.6, and so that tells me that I'm going to be using Z in Minitab because I have the population or the known standard deviation. So let's go to Minitab. We're going to go to Stat, Basic Statistics, and then One Sample Z. First, I'm going to change this top menu bar to Summarize Data. Then I'm going to enter the sample size, sample mean, and the known standard deviation. Now this time I'm going to check the box that says Perform Hypothesis Test, and I'm going to enter my hypothesized mean. My hypothesized mean is the mean for my hypothesis, which is 62.8. Then I click on Options. And here, I need to change the alternative hypothesis to match the alternative hypothesis that I wrote for the problem. So in this case, my alternative hypothesis is that the mean is not equal to 62.8. So this box needs to say mean not equal to hypothesized mean. So then I can click OK and click OK again. And my results pop up. So I can see my null and alternative hypothesis here. And then I have my z-value and my p-value. So I'm going to enter the z-value for the test statistic. My p-value is 0.026. Notice that MyLab wants me to round to 4 decimal places, which I don't have here. So I need to right-click on this and change decimal places to 4. Now, I'm comparing my p-value to the alpha in the problem, which is 10%. In this case, my p-value is less than alpha. This means that I can reject the null hypothesis. So I do have sufficient evidence to conclude that the average height of women in the city is different from the average height of women in the country.